to share her perspective on this topic. Thank you.
So thank you so much. It's really a pleasure and honor for me to be here, not only on this panel, but at this interesting conference. I really so far enjoyed it very much and all the different discussions and meetings that I've had. I am the ambassador for democracy, human rights and rule of law. And apart from being an extremely long title, it also sort of shows that somehow these three areas really belong together, that they are sort of interconnected and interdependent. So it basically, if you do not have human rights, you will fail on the other two. And that rule of law and democracy and human rights really come together. And I believe that when we discuss issues like, for example, women's rights, this also becomes very evident. Because just as my fellow panelist here was mentioning, that somehow the mainstreaming of human rights is something that we still seem to fail at managing. So even if we know that all human rights, whether it's social, economic, cultural, political, civil, they all are also interconnected. And if you don't respect all of them, then you will not achieve any of them. And I believe that in the world we live today, where it seems like politics is more about creating division than creating societies where we can work together, all of a sudden, again, we are back at a situation where attacking the rights of women has become a way of creating these divisions. So somehow, it still is a situation where women's rights becomes an emotional issue that gets a lot of politicians and others and societies going in a way that is very unhelpful. It's very unhelpful, of course, for the women that are under attack, but it's also extremely unhelpful for your societies. And this we see globally, all over the world. It's the same trend. And I think it's true that the theme of the panel today is more specifically on gender justice, but I do believe that actually that is what we are facing today. The gender justice is something that involves all of us, and if we don't see the links to politics and the way that we are heading with more populism and nationalism and all of this, I think we are sort of shooting a little bit beside the target.
My question to Her Excellency Irina is, emerging technologies can either empower women or reinforce inequalities. What safeguards or regulatory approaches are needed to ensure that digital transformation supports rather than undermine gender justice?
Thank you. So, thank you for the question. And I think, in a way, we see, of course, how there is a lot of new challenges that comes with this sort of digital transformation that we're seeing. I think we just need to recall that whatever happens sort of in our digital, in the social sphere of the digital world, is also a mirror of what happens in our society overall. So how our societies looks like and how we respect or do not respect our neighbor will be seen also in the digital sphere. So I think yes, of course, you can see that there are a lot of opportunities that comes with these developments, and there are a lot of challenges. But I think we do come back to what my fellow panelists have also alluded to, that if we have a society where everyone is respected, then we will have less challenges in that sphere as well. So in a way, we can't really blame, we can blame the tech companies, and we can blame the ones that make, of course, these sets up, how it functions and all of that, for sure. But I think in general, when it comes to gender equality, it's not going to be either changed or not changed because of what we do in the social media sphere. It's much deeper rooted than that.
Human rights activists and women journalists, they're really suffering in Pakistan. And for some of us, it is life-threatening to be online. And I hope the government can do something to change that. Thank you. I'd like to know that Gender justice is a shared global challenge. What opportunities do you see for countries in South Asia and Europe to learn from one another's experiences in translating gender equality laws into effective everyday protection?
I think a lot of wise things have been said. I believe that in the end it comes down to a lot of what was mentioned here about the mindset. And that is something that takes time, but it also takes effort. And it doesn't just come with it. I think we need to, I mean, in my country, for example, we do also have a lot of laws. But they will not be implemented if people in society don't feel trust in the institutions and in the, everything from the police to the courts. So I think that is, building trust in societies, I believe, is really important. And somehow the whole sort of equality, when we talk about equality, do we understand what that means? Equality means everything in society of equal rights, equal opportunities, that we have equal respect for one another's space. There's a lot in that. So somehow the whole of society needs to be devoted, I think, to make this change, to see the value in it. And a little bit, you were mentioning the football and the referee and all that. I think, if you're a soccer team and you have only one striker, one midfielder, two defenders, and probably not a goalkeeper, then your game is not going to be as good as if you have a full team. And I think in the end, that's what it's all about. If all, women and men together, if we play together, we will be a much better team. So, I mean, this is not a joking matter. I don't want to, this is extremely serious. But I do believe that in the end, it is that mindset of, we need to be a team to manage this together and to build this trust. And it has to be clear, who is the victim and who is not in certain situations. And we all need to work on creating that trust in our own systems and that we're all equal in front of the law and in each other.